Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Group 5 for Spring 2018, Marketing 6309. We will be discussing marketing research for Papa John's Pizza with the goal to be determining if restaurant ambiance is impacting customer satisfaction. In this presentation, we'll be giving you some background into Papa John's Pizza, discussing the problem this research project intends to evaluate, followed by research and survey design. We will then move on to the results and analysis, followed by our final recommendation. Papa John's is one of the most recognizable pizza chains in the United States. It was first established in 1984 by John Schneider in the back of a tavern and has grown to more than 4,700 locations in 50 states in the 34 years since its inception. However, recently there has been a decline in same-store sales of 3.96% in quarter 4 of 2017, leading management to invest in their existing restaurants or build new ones. It is believed that poor restaurant ambiance is affecting the customer experience, leading potential customers to choose other venues for their pizza consumption. It is believed that the investments will improve the overall experience of the customers and lead to a revival of Papa John pizza sales. The first problem is management wants to understand the in-store experience. What is the value of an in-store experience as it relates to our current business model? The hypothesis is that restaurants' ambiance is impacting the overall customer satisfaction and/or experience. Papa John's understands that there might be different expectations between the heavy and light users of the pizza chain service. We wish to determine what importance, if any, restaurant ambiance has between these key demographic groups. What this entails is identifying what makes a light versus heavy group and understanding what each of these groups find preferable. In this research, we will separate the two groups and answer two separate questions. The first is there a difference in importance placed on specific attributes related to restaurant service for heavy and light users? The second is to identify the difference, if any, in demographics of light and heavy users. With these goals in mind, management understands that the final goal is causal in nature, to which this research is not resourced to complete with a good amount of accuracy. However, this particular experiment will give valuable descriptive research that can be used in future experiments to yield more actionable results. We differentiate customers into two segments: light users and heavy users. Light users are the ones who made less than 2 purchases from Papa John's in a month. Heavy users are the ones who made 2 or more purchases within the same time period. The sampling frame consists of more UT Dallas students and the community connected to them. While designing the survey, there were 3 main objectives that were the core focus: generic customer preferences, customer satisfaction experience, and demographic questions. Questionnaire was developed on Qualtrics and pre-tested by team for time taken and to evaluate flow. The survey was shared digitally via social media, email, and private message to more than 700 potential respondents. Questionnaire was developed on Qualtrics and pre-tested by the team for time taken and to evaluate flow. 59 people started the survey, out of which 51 completed it. Estimated response rate of 7.2%. The demographics of the respondents yield interesting results. Our respondents had the highest majority in the 22 to 25-year-old range, with the vast minority in the under 21 range. Also, the majority of respondents were male at 56 to 44% allocation. Furthermore, the household size ranged between 1 and 4 or larger within the survey, with 4 or larger being the majority of the respondents. For our research, we want to classify who is a heavy user versus a light user. This entailed a series of demographic questions summarized in this slide. It details that light users outnumber heavy users by approximate value of 2 to 1, with the main focus of eating out on the dinner experience. Another main understanding we wish to achieve is how the individual went through the whole process from order to final delivery of the product. According to this research survey, the majority of people that responded went through the takeout or delivery process. This makes the value of ambiance diminished. Also, the order placement data suggests that the vast majority of respondents did not have an in-person presence when they ordered. This makes the ambiance theory less valid. To understand and answer our hypothesis 2 and 3, we need to classify the light and heavy users and potential users. Based on the survey data, the vast majority were not Papa John's customers. However, pizza was the largest selection of both favorite and most often option when it came to fast food. We recorded response for attributes like wait time, ease of order, on-time delivery, food freshness, etc., and realized 44% are extremely satisfied by order accuracy, 33% are extremely satisfied by food freshness, 6.38% are extremely dissatisfied by ease of placing order, and 10.87% are somewhat dissatisfied by wait time. Recording the responses for some more attributes, we discovered that 37% are extremely satisfied by prompt service, 26% are extremely satisfied by cleanliness, 6.67% are extremely dissatisfied by seating space, 13% are somewhat dissatisfied by seating space. Responses for attributes like price, menu variety, delivery, customization demonstrates 31% are extremely satisfied by customization, 22.7% are extremely satisfied by quality, 11.11% are extremely dissatisfied by price, 13.6% are somewhat dissatisfied by the quality. In this survey, there are a number of definitions and assumptions that were used to qualify the demographics used for the research presented. The first is that this analysis is in line with proving or disproving the stated hypothesis in the current channel available. Secondly, that satisfaction metric was collected based on average data of multiple scores throughout the survey. The definition of heavy and light user was defined by management. All results were visualized graphically to determine final results. And finally, analysis of the data included t-test, regression, and discriminant analysis. For the first hypothesis, a regression model was established between demographic and satisfaction variables. The data concludes that ambiance, decor, and seating space do explain a significant variance of the overall customer satisfaction. For the second hypothesis, a second subset of questions qualified different aspects of the restaurant that were deemed important. Then t-tests were used to categorize light and heavy users based on management qualification. When the t-test is run, the results indicate that decor is more important for light users than heavy users. It is worth noting that decor is not the most important attribute as reported by the survey respondents. Cleanliness is by far the most important, followed by prompt service. Where light and heavy users differentiate is in friendly staff, enough seating space, and ambiance. On the third hypothesis, is there a difference in demographics in light or heavy users? We included behaviors into demographics to obtain better tangible segments. We used discriminant analysis in R along with other classification models. Decision tree gave the best accuracy. With 88% accuracy, we can state that number of people in household, time of eating, age, gender, weekly spend on food, frequency of eating pizza, menu interests, and preferred location are different for light and heavy users, which can be a great factor in segmenting the customers and campaigning. In general, men are the most frequent customers of Papa John's according to the survey. They are the majority in both the light and the heavy categories. It is also worth noting that the younger a respondent was, the more likely they were to fall under the light user category compared to their slightly older counterparts. All respondents gave some good qualitative data in that heavy users were more prone to spending more on food and tended to have a larger number of people living in their household. This is intuitive, as the more people live in one household, the more people need to eat for any given meal. More qualifying data classifies heavy users as more prone to liking pizza and burgers. While the light users did have a sizable portion of pizza and burgers, Tacos and wings were a larger percentage of the overall survey results. For eating habits, dinner was by far the most prevalent eating out time between the both groups. However, there were no heavy respondents that claimed breakfast or brunch as the preferred eating out time, while 13.5% of light users chose these. Based on the data collected and the analysis performed, we came to the following recommendations, helping light users to switch to heavy users category and to improve the customer experience and overall revenue. It reflects that the light users are more into decorations, seating and ambiance, so improving the ambiance and decoration might increase the light users to visit more frequently and also impact the age of the customer who prefer delivery and takeaway to dine in. It has been observed that a lot of factors, namely number of people in a household, age, gender, weekly spending, etc., demonstrate a great difference between the two categories of light and heavy users. We can focus on these factors for campaigning and improving the frequency of light users, opening more stores based on their requirements in that neighborhood. Increasing more options for tacos and wings that are on the lower end of the price segment can target more light users. Faster delivery options can improve more demand amongst heavy users. And focusing all the above factors would help increase in sales and overall revenue for the company. Thank you for your time and attention. On behalf of Group 5, we hope that you have found the information in this presentation useful in all future endeavors.